if 1,000 people are like sending you death threats, it's like jarring. You know what I mean? Even if it's not gonna happen, like it doesn't mean anything. It's heavy and it's jarring.
Death threats by the thousand sent to girls barely out of their teens. That's the reality inside Katseye. Which is strange because from the outside, they look like a massive success story. They've got a Netflix documentary, brand deals on everything you can think of, and millions of fans around the world. On paper, they're the perfect global girl group.
Have you had that specific threat?
Yeah.
Yes, I think
so many. Like
it's
a lot.
Our career has been really short, but I feel like we've gotten a lot of things already said to us, about us,
to our family,
our
friends,
and it's something that we know that we signed up for being so public. You know, it's a part of our job, and we know it's a part of fame. It doesn't change the fact that we are human.
But that's the other side of it, and it's the side the glossy photos don't show you. Because less than 2 years in, one of the members, a girl named Manon, is suddenly on a break that doesn't add up. The fans are turning on the company, and a lot of people are starting to think this whole group was built to fall apart from the very start. And once you understand how this group was really put together and what it did to these girls, you look at the whole thing completely differently. So let's get into it, because this is so much darker than it looks. But before we get to how it fell apart, you need to know who these girls actually are and how they got here.
Katseye!
Katseye are a 6-member girl group made by HYBE, the same Korean company behind BTS and other massive K-pop groups working with an American label called Geffen. And the idea behind them was interesting. They wanted to take the K out of K-pop, basically build a global pop girl group with members from all over the world using the K-pop training system but making English pop music. So they scouted girls from different countries, trained them in Korea and Los Angeles, and put them on a reality competition show called Dream Academy. Out of 20 trainees, 6 made the final group: Sophia, Manon, Daniela, Megan, Yunchai, and Lara. That's Katseye, and at first it worked. Their song Gnarly blew up. They got a Netflix documentary. They were everywhere. But the way they got everywhere is the first sign something was wrong. Because before this group had even put out a single song, they were already selling you stuff. And this started way before their first song. In the competition show itself, the products are everywhere. The girls using a certain phone, drinking a certain vitamin water, eating a certain brand of chips. Before they were even a group, before they even had a name, they were already walking adverts. And once they properly debuted, it got so much bigger. In under 2 years, they've done a clothing deal where each girl had her own outfit you could buy. A car brand, where a member literally marries the car in a music video. Soaps and bath bombs, jewelry, a fast food meal with its own merch. A gum pack where each member had her own flavor. They even redid the Monster High theme song. That is a lot of brand deals for a group that, in the same amount of time, has only released 2 short 5-song EPs. And that's the complaint you'll see from fans over and over. This group has more brand deals than actual songs. The music almost feels like the side project, and the advertising feels like the main thing. And this is where the K-pop system comes in, because it's built to get every penny out of fans. Take photo cards. Every album comes with a random card of one member, and you're not promised to get your favorite. So fans buy album after album chasing the one they want, or pay silly money for it online. Some of these little bits of paper sell for hundreds of dollars. One group's album had over 90 different cards to collect. In a world where nobody buys CDs anymore, this stuff still sells millions, because being a real fan gets measured in how much you're willing to buy. That's the machine Katseye got put inside, and it treats its biggest fans as people to sell to. And there was one moment that made a lot of fans feel like the group had turned from a music group into one big advert. They went on Jimmy Fallon, normal talk show chat about their careers, and then Jimmy goes, "Let's take a question from the audience. Is anyone here a fan of Katseye?" Which is a weird thing for a talk show to do. And sure enough, the person who stands up is Jake from State Farm, the insurance guy from the adverts. The girls are literally laughing during it because it's so obviously staged. And his question is, what can you tell us about the State Farm Super Bowl advert you're starring in? So one of the members says they've got a dance from the advert they want to teach everyone and ask fans to do the dance and tag them, which means the fans are now doing free advertising for an insurance company. And that's the moment a lot of people started to get it. Who is this even for? The people following this group are young. They're not buying car insurance. So why is this group that sold itself as your relatable best friend suddenly selling you insurance on TV? That's really the question this whole story comes down to. Now, if this sounds familiar, it's because we've seen it before, and it didn't end well. Think about the Spice Girls back in 1997. Same story. Auditioned, trained, and then the second they blew up, the label put them on everything. Pepsi, cars, dolls, their own movie, even chocolate. Some people think they made around $500 million in brand deals in 1 year. And their manager basically admitted the plan. Grab everything while they're famous and worry about people getting sick of them later. And here's how that ended. By the end of that same year, the news was actually warning that people were getting tired of seeing the Spice Girls on everything. Their first album sold 19 million copies. Their second one sold way less. People just got sick of them. One reviewer even had a name for the whole Spice Girls thing, Buy Me Feminism, because being a fan basically meant buying stuff. So when you see Katseye doing the exact same thing but twice as fast, you have to wonder if HYBE is running the same plan. Make all the money now and deal with people getting tired of them later. But here's the part that makes Katseye clever, and honestly a little sad when you understand it. The reason people fell in love with them wasn't the ads, it was that they felt real. Search Katseye on TikTok and it's all the girls being funny and chaotic, saying stuff they probably shouldn't. There's a famous early live stream where they thought they weren't live yet. One of them goes, "Let's get all our swearing out now." So they start swearing, and then someone realizes they're actually live. Now, the company had told them not to swear on live, so you'd think they'd panic and stop it. But it went viral, and it made people love them. So they didn't stop it. They did the opposite. Being messy and real became the whole brand. And it works. Fans stop seeing some polished fake pop star and start seeing a friend. That's not Megan from Katseye. That's Megan who does that dance, who's bisexual, who's dyslexic. That's my friend. And when it feels like your friend, you trust them. And the company built whole systems around that feeling. There are private accounts fans get accepted to follow, so it feels like your favorite lets you in personally. HYBE has its own app where you pay every month to message the girls and hope they reply to you out of thousands of people. The girls go live and just talk about their day, gossip with you like a friend, joke about the same memes you know. All of it made to make you feel close to them. And there's a real reason this sells things. When people don't know what to buy, they copy other people, especially people they trust. Study after study shows young people trust a real, relatable person way more than a big, shiny celebrity ad. So a group that feels like your friend recommending something is worth more than any billboard. That relatable feeling wasn't an accident. It was the most powerful selling tool the group had. But there's a problem with building your whole image on being real. The second it feels fake, the whole thing falls apart. Think about it like this. If a small YouTuber tells you to buy something, you believe they actually like it. If a huge celebrity with 100 brand deals tells you to buy something, you just assume they're getting paid. Katseye started as the first one and got pushed into the second one way too fast. And you can see it in the ads. There are clips of the girls looking uncomfortable, laughing at the product, basically telling fans they don't want to be there. And that kills the trust straight away. Because why would I buy a $22 Katseye drink when the girls in the ad look like they hate it? The thing that made them special, that feeling of this is real, this is my friend, starts to vanish the moment it looks like they're just reading a script for money. Compare it to Sabrina Carpenter, who blew up around the same time. Her brand deals actually fit her. She has a song called Espresso, so she puts out a coffee. That makes sense. Katseye selling insurance and kids apps does not, and that's not really the girl's fault. HYBE picks these deals, not them. Which leads to the real question. Why is the company so happy to throw away the group's trust for any random brand that shows up? And to understand that, you have to look at the very beginning, because according to a lot of people, the pressure on these girls was there from day one. Dream Academy was sold as this amazing chance for girls around the world to become stars. But look closer, and it wasn't really about finding the best talent. It was about breaking these girls down on camera so we'd have something to watch. They weren't just learning to sing and dance, they were being edited into heroes and villains before the group even existed.
I've heard some things, and I think I'm a little frustrated because I know I've been missing, but I know a lot of other girls also have been missing, and I feel like it's only being taken out on me in a way.
That's Manon, and the way the documentary edited her made her look lazy, like she wasn't working as hard as everyone else. So the internet started attacking her before the group had even debuted. The company controlled the story and then sat back and let the public decide who to hate. And the girls weren't just fighting for a spot in the group. They were fighting for our votes, our approval, our attention, which is a pretty toxic thing to put a teenager through before they've even started. And that's what a lot of people are saying now, that the pressure wasn't an accident. It was the whole point. HYBE and Geffen didn't want a group of happy friends. They wanted a group they could shape into the best story, heroes, villains, drama. You can see it in the way the show is edited. If you control the story, you control the product. And these girls were the product from day one, before they'd even sung a note together. And once they debuted, the control got tighter, not looser. The interviews are so heavily trained that the answers sound scripted. Every reply feels pre-approved. You're watching teenagers say lines that feel like some company boss.
And bring that fresh sound to music.
And then there's Yoonchae. She was barely speaking English when the group started. And instead of really helping her, the label put her in front of cameras all over the world and expected her to perform. You know those teaching Yoonchae English clips everyone thought were so cute? When you realize she was a teenager thrown into all this, unable to even fully talk to her own group, it stops being cute. It's actually kind of sad, and that's actually where a lot of the mean girl drama comes from. People drag Megan for how she treated Yoonchae, and some of it does look rough. There's a moment where another member says they had to teach Yoonchae not to react when they tase her, because if she shows it upsets her, they'll just keep going. It's said as a joke, but it feels off when the girl can barely stand up for herself in the language they're all speaking. But step back and look at who set this up. The company put two girls who couldn't really talk to each other into the same group and just let them get on with it, because that tension makes good content. They didn't help them at all. They filmed it and let the audience decide which girl to hate. The drama the fans are fighting about was made by the people who built the group. And then the hate really kicked in. And this is the part that's honestly hard to hear. Once the internet decided to turn on them, it did not stop. Death threats filling their comments, Manon getting attacked every single day, Daniela getting cancelled over tiny things, Yoonchae getting bullied just for being there. Like they said at the start, it wasn't just aimed at them, it was aimed at their families and their friends too. And what did the company do while 18 and 19-year-olds were getting death threats? They put out a bland little statement that said nothing. No real standing up for the girls, no going after the people making the threats. They just went quiet and left the girls to deal with it alone. Think about that. You're a teenager. Millions of strangers are telling you to disappear. And the company making money off your face won't say one word to protect you. That's the part nobody warns you about. And right now, all of this is blowing up around one member, Manon. In February, HYBE said Manon was going on a break for her health. But then Manon herself messaged fans saying she was perfectly healthy. And she started liking posts about racism and mistreatment as the only black member of the group. So the official reason and what she was hinting at did not match at all. And the group's response has been strange. They've barely acknowledged her beyond a quick hope she gets healthy. For a group whose entire brand is being open and saying everything, going silent about one of their own members feels really off. Their social media just keeps posting the other 5 girls like nothing happened, while fans in the comments keep asking, "Where's Manon? Why won't you say anything?" And it gets worse. Fans noticed she seemed to get quietly taken out of an ad she was in. Magazines asked the company for a statement and got turned down. So you've got a member saying she's fine, the company saying it's her health, and the company quietly removing her from stuff and refusing to explain any of it. None of it matches up. And the silence is making fans trust the company less every day. Then came Coachella, and this is the part that got fans the most. Manon was there, but she wasn't performing with the group.
Am I excited for Coachella? I'm beyond excited for Coachella, guys. I'm like, Coachella has been like a festival I've been religiously going to for a while now. And the fact that I'm gonna perform there is crazy.
Coachella was her dream, and she had to watch from the side instead of being on stage with her group. Then something surprising happened. She showed up during another artist's set instead, and the internet went wild with it. Some people saw it as her making the best of a bad situation. Others saw it as a quiet message to the company. You can say, "I'm on a break all you want, but I'm still here." And here's the thing that makes Manon's situation even harder to watch. She isn't a one-off. Katseye isn't even the first HYBE group fans have worried about, and probably won't be the last. Other groups under the same company have been caught in company fights, waves of hate, and drama they didn't start. Different stories, but the pressure always seems to land on the young artists, not the people running things. And the company doesn't even seem that bothered about the Katseye drama because they're already building their next global group. It hasn't even been 2 years and there's a new group on the way. So you have to ask, does Katseye even have a chance to grow when the company behind them is already this focused on the next big thing? Because here's what it all comes down to. This is a group that was sold to us as real girls you could love. And then they got put inside a machine that put them on everything, worked them until they were exhausted, and stayed silent when they were getting death threats. The girls were sold a dream. And a lot of people watching now think what they actually got was closer to a nightmare. And maybe that's the saddest part of all of this. These are talented girls who genuinely worked for this. They didn't do anything to deserve death threats or to be pitted against each other for a TV edit or to be dropped the second the company found its next new group to build. They were treated like a product from day one, and products get replaced. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Do you think the pressure was always meant to break them? Or was there a version of this where they got to just be a group on their own terms instead of something a company builds, drains, and moves on from? And what about Manon? Do you think she's actually coming back? Or is this break just the slow start of the end? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.